Hello, everyone. Hope you guys had a good Saturday evening. So, we're currently going for a walk on the trails at State Farm Park in Kettering. I brought you guys here several times during the summer. Now we're here during the fall. Still decent amount of leaves, but at least half of them have fallen, especially in this area. So, if you've seen the live stream before, it's a different perspective. If not, then this is all new for you. So we're going to go for a little walk. Yeah, the foliage definitely isn't as impressive here as it was at Indian Ripple Park a couple days ago, because most of these trees here are regrowth, and even those that are more original have lost most of the leaves. Definitely a lot more to here. Taking you guys up there before that goes to the farm field at the top of the hill. But today we're going to go down here. There's a lot of birds on top of the trees. There's the little Beaver Creek over there. A lot of walnuts on the ground. There's the creek again. If you're showing the live stream currently at State Farm Park in Kettering, Ohio, I've shown you guys this park a couple times over the summer, but now we're going for a little walk in the fall, so obviously it looks a little bit different than past couple times you guys have seen it. Hey Angel185, how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. 36 people, that neato. Welcome guys to the live stream. So we're at State Farm Park in Kettering, Ohio, going for a little walk. Brought you guys here during the summer. So obviously since it's fall now, it looks a little bit different, but right over there through the trees is the Little Beaver Creek, and then there's a farm field on top of the hill. I've shown you guys that. There's this trail, and then there's several other trails over here in the park. Hey, Mabel's Vlog, how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Hey, thanks, I appreciate that. So there's the creek again. Hope you guys, I know it's been a couple days, but I hope you guys had a good Halloween. I did. I spent some time at a family friend's house passing out candy, and then I did a couple live streams yesterday showing you guys the fall foliage at Indian Ripple Park, which is about 2 miles-ish from here, so kind of close but kind of not. But now I'm showing you guys State Farm Park in the fall. So most of the trees here have already lost most of their leaves, while some still have some, like up there. It's not really a whole lot as far as foliage is concerned, but still would like to show you guys what's going on. I think it's about a quarter-ish mile up ahead, but there's a little side trail that heads over to the creek, so we'll head over there momentarily. Here's a tree with a ton of spikes. You definitely wouldn't want to run into that. There's a creek right down there. If you're just joining the live stream, currently at State Farm Park in Carion, Ohio, showing you guys the Little Beaver Creek, which is right down here, and also showing you guys the trail. In fact, I think I'm gonna take you guys over here real quick, because there's something kind of interesting over here. There's a little campsite over here. There's that, and then there's also a lot of stick structures as well in the area. Definitely kind of creepy. Here's what it looks like on the other side. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have wanted to be over there a couple days ago during Halloween, that's for sure. So now we're going to head back on to the main path, and there's a side path that takes you right down to the creek. So we're heading off that way. There's one tree down here that's has yellow leaves. So if you guys saw my live stream from yesterday, I was mentioning that the foliage is changing kind of late this year. Like, it's early November and there's still a decent amount of trees that have their leaves. So we had a drought back in September. So because of that, the foliage was kind of delayed in changing. So what it looks like right now is what we were supposed to have like 2-3 weeks ago in like mid-October. So we'll have a decent amount of foliage till at least mid-November. So I'll show you guys some foliage as often as I can. If I remember right, it's this trail right here. Right up ahead over there is Reynolds and Reynolds, one of the biggest companies in the area. So here's one of the banks of the Little Beaver Creek. Yeah, since it's November now, that water's icy cold now. Last time I was here, there was a lot of trash over here, so it looks like either the rain washed it away or people came down to clean it, which is good, obviously. There's a little bag over there, but that's about it. I wonder what that is right there. So we're somewhat near the end of the trail, so we'll not sure if this goes anywhere or not. If not, we'll head back over there. Basically just comes over to another creek bed. But if you're just joining the live stream currently at State Farm Park in Carion, Ohio, showing you guys the trails here. Done a couple live streams here back in the summer, and this is my first one over here during the fall, so obviously it looks a little bit different since the leaves are starting to change. Got some red leaves right over here. There as well. Looks pretty nice. So we're now heading back on to the main trail. And if you're just joining the live stream currently at State Farm Park in Carion, Ohio, going for a walk along one of the trails here. We just came back from a bank along the Little Beaver Creek. Last time I was here, there was a couple of deer off in the field over here, so I approached a little bit quiet, so just in case if we happen to see any. No deer this time, just a couple squirrels that ran off into the tree line. The last time I was here, there were a couple deer grazing over there. So this is the end of the trail. Forget the name of the business, but there's a business over there, and Reynolds is off that way. So that's the end of the trail. So we're going to head back to the main part of the park. I might take you guys up on the hill to show you guys where the farm field is. If you're just joining the live stream, currently at State Farm Park in Carion, Ohio, showing you guys the trails here. So as you can see by panning over here, the leaves are delayed in changing this year, so it's early November and we still got a decent amount of foliage. So we had a bit of a drought back in September, so because of that, the leaves are changing late this year, delayed by about 2, maybe 3 weeks. So like, there's a whole lot going on over here, but at Indian Ripple Park, which is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from here, it was peak fall foliage over there. I took you guys over there yesterday, so that was really neat to see. But here, there's just a whole lot of stuff going on. Some have changed, some have not. Some are in peak, some haven't even changed at all. So it's kind of a mix over here. Hey Ohio, how are you doing? Welcome back to the live stream. So I'm at State Farm Park, which is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from where you saw me yesterday. And well, you got some leaves right here that are changing, but not that much is going on in this area. And I hope you have a good Sunday. So tomorrow it's supposed to be more clear than it is today, so I think I'll do another live stream tomorrow and take you guys to another neighborhood and we'll see what the foliage situation looks like there. So we're currently heading back to where the trails begin, and then we'll take a side trail that goes up a little hill. The hill's off that way, and we'll show you guys the farm field that's over there. One of the few farm fields left in the Kettering area. You know what we could do? We could take this side trail over there. That might make it a little quicker. Though I'm not as familiar with this side trail compared to the one down there, so we'll see where it goes, but I think it's going the same general direction we need to go. Definitely a lot of these flower weeds around here. Yeah, I think we're moving in the right direction because field's just off that way. Yep. Farm field's right over here. So that panned out well for us. There's another trail that goes off that way that pretty much parallels the field. So here's the farm field. Looks like they already harvested the soybeans that they had this year. Probably about a mile and a half, maybe. So, like I said, that one trail just goes along over there and it exits on the other side of the field. But this is one of the few farm fields that's left in Kettering. This whole area used to be rural, but after World War II, a lot of people moved out here, so went from being a rural farm community to a suburb of Dayton. Here's the old fence. So we're now heading to another area that goes on to the farm field. And then we'll head down the hill and go to basically where the trails begin. Here's a trail that goes down a steep hill. Phone doesn't really do it justice, but it's like really, really steep right there. So now we're about to where I started the live stream about a little over 20 minutes ago. I initially went down that way. Then we just came back from up there. Here's another old farm fence right there. So we're gonna head off this way and then up a hill to the other side of the farm field. And over here's another steep trail, so goes just straight up right over there. Where we're heading is a much better angle. It's definitely a lot easier moving through here now because during the summer it was pretty overgrown in this area. Here's the view from the top of the hill. Maybe a little bit, I don't know. Here's that steep hill I was telling you guys about a moment ago. Right over here is the farm field again. Right about in the middle of it. Definitely some nice foliage surrounding the field. Here's some of the old barbed wire fence that surrounded the field back in the day. Here's another view from top of the hill, and we got some nice foliage right over there. Well, I think that about wraps up for this video. I appreciate you guys for watching it. Please like the video, please comment on the video, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.